Let me know that you can hear my voice and that the mic is working. Hey, Mark, good morning. Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome to the Durable Goods Trade Room. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director for 10-Minute Trades. Please remember all the trades we discuss for educational purposes. It is possible to lose money trading futures. Okay, it's a busy day, busy morning. A lot of crazy world news again. It's always facing us when we wake up in the morning when you get going. I'm always amazed. I'm always amazed at how crazy sometimes the news might be. And to me, the crazy news is what's going on in China. I would have thought it's 2.5 years into a world disaster, right? We're in a world disaster that's getting better. And in China, it's getting worse. Why didn't they? I mean, they're usually not completely ridiculous in their policies. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a pro China person, but they usually deal with things. Forget it. Why didn't they just get better vaccines and vaccinate their people? I mean, whether you're pro vax, anti vax, doesn't really matter. The science is in the United States. A lot of people are vaccinated and people aren't dying en masse, right? I mean, we're not all dying from the virus. So something has helped. And the Chinese, they don't have a vaccinated population, and now they're in a mess. It just doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. And it's not possible to prevent the spread of a virus. It's just not possible. You can't stop it from spreading. They can't lock up their population for the rest of their lives. So I don't know that their policy of zero COVID could ever work. I don't think it's a sustainable policy. So the only reason I'm bringing it up, I'm just surprised at what seems like the foolishness of that type of behavior when it doesn't seem like it's the right solution. That's all I'm saying. I'm not pro or anti anything. It just seems like you can't win with that particular policy. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, what a mess of a world we are in. And ironically, this morning, the markets are a little bit tight. I was told when I was getting ready to come into the room, Chantal's been looking at the market early, and the ranges are a little bit tighter than normal. So you just want to be aware um, that there was not fanatical volatility last night. So you want to just, maybe dampen down your expectations for huge moves. Sometimes, when there's tight ranges, you're going to get a little bit more, a little bit less movement than normal. Yeah, it seems like crude is the only thing that ever moves, Mark, right? I mean, not the only thing that ever moves, but you can always count on crude moving. So, one of the issues we're dealing with this morning is, can we get a normal DMM to work in this market? We've had a few instances where regular old fashioned DMMs have worked. Now, I'm definitely a little bit concerned about whether or not we could have a normal consumer confidence trade. None of these are recent except February. Okay, February is the only recent report because not consumer confidence, core durable goods has not been trading by itself in months and months and months. The interesting thing is the breakout has been working on the past trades. But I would just say that these are difficult times for standard normal breakout trades. So, if you want, you could trade micro gold on core durable goods and skip the gold open if you wanted to. You don't have to take a full risk on durable goods. My experience has been when durable goods trades by itself, it has traded in a way that it works with gold. So we'll see. We'll give it a shot. Not a huge trade. So I'm going to put a 2 contract trade on. I mean, it's looking for 3 ticks of target and 8 ticks of target, 3 and 8, I think. So if we quickly, let me see if I have February. Okay, here's February's report. So I just want to see what February's report looked like. And we didn't trade it live. And in Sim, it had a very large, strange move. I remember that now. In Sim, it had a very large, strange move. It was a very big move. So, and it was very fast. I do remember that trade now. Here's what I would do on durable goods. I would use a slightly bigger bracket because I think a 5 bracket, and I'll make a decision in a minute or two. A 5 bracket always concerns me as to whether or not we can survive the bracket. The testing shows that you can. So I'm going to start by setting a 5 bracket, and then I might modify it depending on the volatility. I'm not looking for big movements, but I'm going to use my first target as small because the DMM calls for a small target. But I'll make the second target bigger in case there's a big move. So I'm looking for 5 and 20 on my targets. My entry time, and it's just a regular old-fashioned breakout trade. Let me check my brackets because they're so small. I'm just checking my bracket size. That's all I'm doing. So I think we have a magnet trade getting ready to take place in gold right at this moment. It's a little bit far away. It could stop at the PP. Gold's bullish. I think it's going to test the high. So my durable goods trade, the way I'm going to set it up is a bracket of 5, one target of 5, one target of 20, a stop of 10, and I may increase the bracket to 8, just on the concern that a bracket of 5 might not survive. If I increase the bracket, I'll increase the stop an appropriate similar amount. Our entry time is 8:29:59. It's a breakout trade. Get my recorder going here. So that's my setup on durable goods. We've got right now a bracket of 5, one position for 5 ticks, one for 20, 8:29:59. And we're really trading it. And we'll keep in mind the bracket size depending on gold behavior. The gold open, and Mark, my volatility was around, my ATR was about 7 on gold. It was really small this morning. ATR. Good. I'm glad our ATRs are matching up. So I'm going to load my template for trading the gold open. When you're in between tight ranges, you can sometimes tell if you're in between a tight range because you can see the high of the day and the low of the day on a small chart, on a chart that's not expanded. That sometimes can give you a good heads up that you're in a tight range. So our normal range is one tick above, one tick below, graphic shown on chart, one click bar look back. And then we're looking for 8 ticks. And I think we'll go smaller this morning. We'll go 20 ticks. And the stop is perfect at 22 for this volatility, and our target goes to break even. Our stop goes to break even -4 if the first target gets hit. Squeeze play, micro gold. Let's verify everything. 1 and 1 on the range, ticks above and below the range. Range is on a graphic shown on chart. One position for 8 ticks, one for 20. Stop at 22. Break even -4. You could, moving the stop to break even minus some ticks, usually on gold and oil, is helpful in the morning. And we're trading the micro, squeeze play setup. Everything looks fine. Give me a second. I have to just get up and turn the heat down. So the gold open takes place first. Going to check my time sync. Time is good. The ECB is speaking. So we kind of want to be a little bit careful about that. And I want to thank everybody on YouTube for watching us. There's a lot of people out there watching. If you'd hit the like button, it'd be much appreciated. Why don't you sign up for the channel as well? And you'll know the next time we're going to stream. So I'll do my best on the open today. We do have the regular trade with durable goods. My gut feeling is to use an 8 bracket on durable goods. I just worry that we won't survive the 5 bracket in terms of getting filled in the correct direction. Let's see how the open behaves. My gut feeling, and I never trade the way I think a report's going to wind up. I don't think durable goods sales. No, you know what? I don't really have a proper feeling. I don't know if durable goods orders are going to be up or down. Durable goods are large, generally large items like washers and dryers, and as opposed to phones and items like that. Goods that last. I mean, the housing market had been on fire. So that's when durable goods sales and orders are usually good. So I don't know. Maybe the durable goods numbers will be positive. So we're waiting to see if there will be a good gold open signal. I can really move. I'm going to move my durable goods news off to the side. I could bring it back. So just watching. So it's a long, busy day today. There's a lot going on. So gold opens at 820. Our goal is to hesitate on the first signal and try to take the first signal or group of signals in the right direction. For a little bit, I was thinking a magnet trade long. It's not materializing. It's too far away now. And there has been volatility in gold. I mean, it's up $8, but that's pretty normal. In fact, maybe it's a little small for the volatility we've been seeing in gold. And that's why people have been saying, it was quiet overnight. I don't know that it's ever really quiet anymore, like we used to think quiet was quiet. So I'm going to try and really take my time this morning with signals. Okay, so that signal's early. I'll make sure I get the time right this morning also. The open is at 8:20. So I'll pass on the first signal. I'm not going to take that. It's going down on an up signal. It's moving down but not signaling. Remember, no trade. It's too small a signal. It's only a 6. For me, I'm going to watch for another signal. I may pass on gold this morning and just deal with durable goods. It's another 6. Another 6. But you notice price isn't moving. The price is not moving. It's getting signals and the price didn't really move. Now it is. Okay, now it's moving. So maybe I'm very, very late. Maybe I was very, very late on that. Let's see if it'll get more signals, and I'll combine my orders for just a test of my first target. It's right on the VWAP. I'm just going to move it up a couple of ticks. Not very much movement going on, not very much at all. So I'm really just looking for a test of my first target. And there it is, okay? So we got our first target. I only made $2 because I was down $10. I was doing something this morning. That was actually a $12 trade. So that trade worked, okay? Anybody want to critique my taking of the signals? Critique my taking of those signals. I think I was tremendously relaxed and did it right. You know, you might have canceled this morning. You might have not taken the trade because of a lack of movement, but we know if you can get in on the right signals, then you should have a good opportunity for a trade. So I was down $10 because I was doing something in the room before we started this morning and I lost $10. I was testing something. So that was actually a very successful planned trade just to go for small targets because I have another trade coming up. If I didn't have another trade coming up, I would have done all my trailing, etc. But I'm trying to be mindful of, you know, other folks in the room that might want to trade the breakouts. Okay. So that's why I do what I do. And I hope everybody is okay with that. So gold is done. It was a successful open. And I'll leave the strategy on board. My durable good trade is a bracket of 5. That's my biggest worry. Can a bracket of 5 survive this market? I'm not sure. Not sure. Let me start my video again. This morning was a good lesson in how to chill and take the right signals. I really think it was a good lesson in chilling and taking the right signals. I really feel very happy about the way that I traded that. Did anybody else take that trade? Fred, did you trade it? Chantal, you didn't trade it? You just felt the markets were too tight this morning? And look, this is the beauty of the gold open. If I didn't have durable goods coming up, I'd probably still be in that gold trade, right? Fred, isn't patience the greatest virtue that a trader can have? Patience is the greatest virtue. It's so hard. My gut feeling is that durable goods, if it's going to move, if it's going to move, it should move enough to make an 8 bracket tradable. That's my gut feeling. That's the real truth. I'm leaving everything as is this morning. Yeah, patience. Patience costs us all money. That's the biggest rule. It's the greatest skill that a trader can learn. Patience. There's no question that there's nothing more important. Nothing more important. All right, we're just waiting now. So the gold open, good solid trade. Good solid trade. And when you're not patient and you see it doing what it's doing now, it makes you crazy. It makes you so frustrated and crazy. Because you realize if you were just a little bit patient, you could have made maybe a lot of money if you were trading full size gold, right? If you were trading the opens with full size gold, you left a couple of $100, $100 on the table instead of 10 with the micros. So patience is something that you should always practice. You can practice it in with back testing. And I know that some of our members walk away from their computer after the trade gets filled. That's one way to let your setup work. Now, I don't generally do that. Not saying it wouldn't be good for me walking away from the computer. It's certainly a way to learn patience. So it's very hard to call a magnet trade when you're in right in the middle of the highs and the lows. The magnet won't occur till you're down in here and up in here. You got to break the PP on the upside, I think. I definitely did not want to get filled on that side of the market. Definitely not. Did not want to get filled on that side of the market. Nope, I have to take the blame for that. That's my own fault. I mean, it's not really my own fault. I took the trade as it was. I definitely didn't want to be long. I didn't want to be long on that trade. That setup just not viable. Not a viable setup. Not a viable setup. Bigger bracket was a must. Bigger bracket was a must. So durable goods doesn't work. That's too bad, but it is what it is. I can't change it. I have to test these. I have to test these breakouts, but that was not a good setup. I see. I don't think that setup was good. The news is it's on the upside. The numbers pushing gold possibly down, pushing gold down. So, you know, maybe, I mean, just didn't work. The trade just didn't work. So it is what it is. A bigger bracket would have made more sense. Even though it wasn't very volatile, the issue was it wasn't exactly volatile. It almost didn't respond. It almost didn't respond. Let me just turn off the recorder. And we're going to get ready for oil. The oil open at 9 o'clock. So I'm just watching the price action right now. So durable goods doesn't work. I think in that case, there would have been nothing wrong with moving the long order out of the way. The long order could have been moved for real. It could have been moved out of the way. I don't think there's any harm in doing that. My gut feeling was that was getting a long trade just wasn't the right direction this morning. So unfortunately, I didn't go with my gut, which I could have. All right. So I want to thank everybody on YouTube for watching. We have to shut down, and well, then you filed the short. You filled the short and got stopped. That's really strange. I guess it would depend where you got filled. Where you got filled. I would have rather have been filled short. I mean, I got filled. Um, I just, it wasn't even that I was filled in a bad place. It just didn't seem like it was a good direction. What was your fill? I'm curious what your fill was. Curious what the fill was. I want to thank everybody on YouTube. Um, we'll be back streaming tomorrow, so join us tomorrow. And don't forget, you can join our trade room, www.jointhetraderoom.com. I know that a lot of you enjoy these streams and they're not delayed. www.jointhetraderoom.com. You can come and join us every month. So thanks for joining with us today on YouTube. Hit the like button on your way out. We'll see you tomorrow.